Right now, most gardeners are making a mistake that will destroy their entire spring harvest. They are standing at the window, watching the sky, waiting for the air to feel warm enough to plant. And while they wait, they are losing the most important growing window of the entire year. Late March is not a suggestion on a calendar. It is a biological deadline, set not by the weather forecast, but by the thermal energy stored 6 inches below your feet. In this video, I am going to show you the exact 20 vegetables and herbs that must go into the ground this week. With the soil temperature, frost hardiness rating, and zone accurate timing for each one. And in about 4 minutes, I will show you exactly what happens to your pea seeds in the first 24 hours when the soil is not ready, and why most of them never recover. Stay with me. Your phone is lying to you, not on purpose, but the number on your weather app has almost nothing to do with what is happening 6 inches underground. And 6 inches underground is where your seeds live or die. Soil temperature trails air temperature by 2 to 6 weeks every spring. What that means in real terms is this: a Zone 6 gardener planting peas on April 10th, right on the last frost date, may be pushing seeds into soil sitting at 38 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That is technically above the minimum for peas, but it is 25 degrees below the optimal range where germination happens fast and clean. Slow germination in wet March soil is not an inconvenience. It is a death sentence. The longer a seed sits in cold, damp ground without germinating, the longer it is exposed to the pathogens waiting for it. Here is why that date on your seed packet is not wrong, it is just incomplete. Seed packet dates are written for average conditions across a wide geographic region. They cannot account for your specific soil, your microclimate, or your zone's actual spring pattern. That is not a design flaw, it is a limitation. And the moment you understand it, you stop trusting the packet and start trusting your thermometer. Zone 5. Your soil in late March averages 35 to 42 degrees. Zone 6 and 7, 40 to 48 degrees. Zone 8 and 9, 50 to 55 degrees, already inside the optimal window for most crops. Zone 10, your enemy is not cold. It is the heat already building. Your window is closing from the other direction. This is why I am running an experiment in the survival garden this spring. Plot A planted by calendar date. Plot B planted today by soil temperature trigger. You will see the real numbers in 60 days. But first, I need to show you what is already happening in your soil right now. If you have lost peas or spinach in early spring before, planted on time, done everything right, and still watched them rot, there is a specific biological reason it happened. It was not your fault. It was the soil. When soil is waterlogged in early spring, oxygen is displaced from the spaces between soil particles. Without oxygen, a germinating seed cannot generate the energy it needs to survive. Peer-reviewed research on field peas documents this precisely. ATP formation is inhibited within hours of waterlogging. Then the second attack begins. 3 pathogens thrive in cold, wet, oxygen-depleted soil. Pythium is the most aggressive. The organism most commonly isolated from diseased spinach and pea roots in early spring. It attacks before seeds even break the surface. Published research documents germination rates in waterlogged conditions collapsing to as low as 6%, same seeds, same zone, different drainage. 6% is not bad luck, it is a drainage problem. The fix costs under $10. 48 hours before you plant, place a simple low tunnel over your bed, PVC hoops, and clear 6 mil plastic. It raises soil temperature in the top 2 inches by 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit and dries the surface layer where Pythium strikes first. Zone 5 and 6, this step is not optional in late March. Zone 8 and 9, your hoop house serves a different purpose. It accelerates germination so your crops reach harvestable size before May heat triggers bolting. Now let us talk about the 20 crops. Here are the 20 crops in 3 tiers, organized by frost hardiness and urgency. Tier 1, plant now, no exceptions. 1. Peas. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Seedlings hardy to 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Zone 5 and 6, plant now. Zone 9 and 10, plant immediately or wait for fall. 2. Spinach. Minimum soil temperature 35 degrees. Bloomsdale Savoy and long-standing Bloomsdale survive to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, the most cold-tolerant green on this list. Zones 5 through 9, plant now. 3. Kale. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Vate's kale survives to -5 degrees after cold hardening. Winterber and Westland winter survive to 5 degrees. Red and white Russian kale die at 15 degrees. Know your variety. Plant now in all zones. 4. Collard greens. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Blue Max and McCormack's green glaze survive to 0 degrees. Georgia cabbage collards die at 20 degrees. Zones 5 through 9, plant now. 5. Onions. Minimum soil temperature 35 degrees. Bulb onions hardy to 5 degrees. Evergreen hardy white survives to 0 degrees. Plant now in zones 5 through 8. These next 5 are the ones most gardeners miss, and they are critical for a productive spring garden. Tier 2, plant this week. Frost protection advised. 6. Lettuce. Minimum soil temperature 35 degrees. Cold hardy varieties survive to 15 degrees. Critical note, once day length crosses 13 hours, bolting begins. In zone 5, that happens in late May. Plant now to secure your full harvest window. 7. Swiss chard. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Green varieties survive to 10 degrees. Bright lights dies at 22 degrees, zone 5 and 6. Choose green varieties for direct sowing now. 8. Arugula. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Hardy to 22 degrees. Fastest return on this list, first harvest in 25 to 30 days. Plant now in all zones. 9. Broccoli. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Heads die at 20 degrees. Zone 5, start transplants indoors now. Zones 7 through 9, direct sow this week. 10. Cabbage. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. January King and Savoy types survive to 12 degrees. Chinese Napa dies at 25 degrees. Direct sow or transplant now in zones 6 through 9. 11. Cauliflower. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. The curd is killed at 32 degrees. 0 frost tolerance on the part you are growing. Use hoop house protection in zones 5 through 7 without exception. 12. Beets. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Let's Winter Keeper survives to 15 degrees. Bull's blood dies at 20 degrees. Zones 5 through 9, plant now. 13. Carrots. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Danvers types survive to 12 degrees. Expect 3 to 4 weeks to germinate in cold soil. Plant now. Every week you wait is harvest time lost to summer heat. 14. Radishes. Minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Fastest return on this list, 25 to 30 days to harvest. Plant now in all zones. 15. Garlic. Minimum soil temperature 32 degrees. Tops die at 12 degrees, but the bulb is hardy to 0 degrees. Cold soil supports early root development. Plant now in zones 5 through 7. These last 5 are where most gardeners make their biggest zone mistake. Here is exactly what to do. Tier 3, zone dependent. 16. Bok choy. Minimum soil temperature 50 degrees. Dies at 25 to 32 degrees. Highly photoperiod sensitive, bolts by late May in northern zones. Zones 7 through 10 direct sow now. Zones 5 and 6 start indoors this week. 17. Potatoes. Soil temperature trigger 45 to 50 degrees for tuber sprouting. Vines killed at 32 degrees, 0 above ground frost tolerance. Zones 7 through 10 plant now. Zones 5 and 6 wait until soil hits 45 degrees consistently over 5 days. 18. Parsley minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Hardy to 15 to 20 degrees. Slowest germinator on this list, 3 to 6 weeks to emergence. Plant now in all zones. The delay is normal. 19. Cilantro, minimum soil temperature 50 degrees. Optimal range 55 to 68 degrees. Killed at 15 degrees. Zones 7 through 10 direct sow now. Zones 5 and 6 start indoors or wait 3 to 4 weeks. 20. Dill, minimum soil temperature 40 degrees. Fernleaf dill killed at 25 degrees. Zones 6 through 10 direct sow now. Zone 5 start indoors or wait until early April. 20 crops. 3 tiers, 1 trigger, soil temperature. If your soil is at 45 degrees or above and your drainage is controlled, every Tier 1 and Tier 2 crop goes in the ground today. And here is why planting now, not waiting for warm weather, actually activates the biological protection these plants carry. That kale leaf is not dying. It is doing something that took millions of years of evolution to develop. It is called cold hardening, and it only works because that plant was exposed to cold gradually, over days and nights, before the hard frost arrived. When a cool season plant experiences low but non-freezing temperatures over several days, it activates a gene-regulated protection sequence called the ICE-CBF-COR cascade. This produces 3 specific biological defenses. First, antifreeze proteins that bind to ice crystals as they form inside plant tissue and stop them from growing. Second, membrane restructuring. The plant rewrites the lipid composition of its cell membranes to stay flexible at temperatures where an unprotected membrane would rupture. Third, cryoprotective sugars. The plant floods its cells with raffinose, sucrose, and proline, compounds that lower the freezing point of water inside the cell. A peer-reviewed study from the University of Saskatchewan measured this in the onion family directly. Non-hardened cells had a lethal temperature threshold of 12 degrees Fahrenheit. After 2 weeks of gradual cold acclimation, no row cover, no heat lamp, that threshold dropped to negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit. A 25-degree improvement from biology alone. A seedling that germinated in cold March soil and grew through daily temperature swings has been cold hardening the entire time. A seedling rushed from a warm greenhouse into cold April soil had same zone, same frost, completely different outcome. Plant now. Let the cold do its job. The plants are built for this. This is where the survival garden experiment begins. Plot A goes in on the calendar last frost date. Plot B went in today, triggered by soil temperature, prepared with the hoop house moisture control. I am measuring 3 things: germination rate in the first 14 days, first harvest date, and total biomass at 60 days. No estimates, no projections, real numbers from a real garden. Growing your own food right now is not a weekend hobby. It is a supply chain decision. Every bed you plant in late March is a bed that does not depend on a truck, a shelf, or a price tag in May. The knowledge of when to plant, based on what the soil is actually telling you, is the kind of skill that gets more valuable every single season you use it. The next video in this series covers summer succession planting, what to do with these same beds after your spring crops finish. That posts in 30 days, the 60-day harvest reveal. With the full experiment results from both plots, posts after that, subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss either one. And go plant something today. The soil is ready. The biology is ready. The only question is whether you are.